Here's the vintage quilt I'm getting ready to work on, and it's, let's see, 75 by 86. I had to write it down because I couldn't remember. So I'm thinking just maybe an edge to edge. I thought about custom quilting it, but it's really, I don't know. I think it'll look fine just with an edge to edge, but I think it's really cute. I love the little stars she has in here. Don't you love my Google eyes? I'm getting ready to baste down this quilt. Okay, I'm just going to start by putting my channel locks on and making a line at the top here. I feel like every time I get on my long arm, I'm having to remember what to do because I'm not on it every day. Okay, so I have a basting line, and I'm just going to move the quilt up to that line. Just need a little bit of slack here. And of course, it never stays where you put it. But I'm gonna try. Right. Now I'm just gonna baste. I'm gonna go ahead and baste the top down. Now, what it should have done is measured this quilt. So I think it's being stretched out a little bit. No, I think it'll be fine. Sometimes the top will get stretched out if you measure it and then make sure your top is the same length, then you won't have that problem. I didn't do that. I probably should have. And now I'm just going to go down the sides, and I'm not using my channel locks for that. And I'm probably about 1/8 of an inch away from the edge. It's really, really close to the edge. So, just to make myself feel better, I'm going to measure this. Here we go. Alright, 77. I said it was 75. It fell off. It's all twisted. Yeah, so the top is measuring longer. Oh no, here we go. We got it to about 77. So I'm just going to make sure it measures 77. It's got a lot of give in it, so I think it'll be fine. I'm going to go ahead and baste down the sides and I'll be right back. The quilt is all basted down now. And it does measure 77. My little tag here says 75, so I didn't measure it very good, I guess. So I'm getting ready to decide on my quilting design, and I think I want to use this one. So I'm going to start an edge to edge and follow the instructions. The quilt is 86 inches long, so I'm going to go ahead and put 86 in there. And then it automatically calculates the quilt and how many rows I need. It's saying 11 repeats and 24 rows, and that's just way too tight for me, so whoops. We're going to take it down some. That might not be too bad. Let's see what that looks like on the screen. So it's saying that each row would be about this wide. I don't know. I think I could make it a little bit bigger. Whoa, didn't like that. I need to close up the gap here. There we go. And so now it's saying my row is about that big, and I think that's better. But that also means the boundary I created, which is shorter than the actual it should be, because if I roll the quilt up some, I'll have a different boundary, but I'm gonna go with this and we'll start quilting. Okay, we're gonna start the quilting, and all I have to do is click the start quilting button. And I'm not liking that. I missed something. I don't want it to start like that. I don't like it just starting in the middle like this, so I'm gonna have to fix that. So what I did is I selected the whole pattern and I stretched it because I want it over this border just a little bit, and on this side I don't want any gaps or weirdness on the borders. And then what I'm gonna do is I think in edge to edge we can only do fill inside on each individual one, and just like that. So now it's just going to stitch within the border, and I'll have to do that on each row as I go down. Okay, here we go. We're going to go ahead and start the quilting. Much better, starting where I wanted. I finished my first row, and I could continue on doing an edge to edge in this mode, but I think I'm going to change it to I'm going to select everything And then I'm going to right click and relocate, shift all to one point. And this will take it out of the edge to edge mode, and that's okay. I already have my computer screen where I want it, and this is the spot that I want to move everything to. And click yes. So you're probably wondering, why the hell did I do that? Well, I forgot to roll the quilt up a little bit before I created my border. And my border is too small, and I want to see if I can get 2 rows in instead of 1. So I'll just have to relocate to 1 point from now on instead of roll quilt, which is up here. Either way, still easy. So I selected my boundary and I deleted it, and I'm getting ready to create a new boundary. And I'm gonna click this button, and then I'll create the new boundary on my computer or on my Longarm. So after all of that, I still can only get 1 row in. Oh well, I tried. So I'm going to go ahead and continue this row. I just need to fill this inside, and this one fill inside, and that row is ready to go. Here we go, starting the second row. So I used to have a Handy Quilter Fusion. That was my first long arm, and it was a nice long arm. I did a lot of stuff with it. I didn't particularly care for the software on it, and that's why I bought the Gamble. The Gamble software for edge-to-edge quilting is way easier. Only a few clicks and not a hassle. Handy Quilter, you have to do quite a few clicks and other things just to get it going, but I mean, it still works. It's just a little bit more work. Checking out the back. Everything's looking good. Don't have any problems. Even though I forgot to test my tension. And you can kind of see it in the mirror. Yeah, I kind of rushed this one. I don't know. It's kind of late at night, and I've been up since 4, so not thinking clearly, I don't think. Well, I got 2 rows done, and I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more rows to do. And I'm gonna do that tomorrow because it's getting late and I'm getting tired. So that is what we have left. And I'll see you tomorrow. I was finally able to get 2 rows in there by picking, I think it's this point, one of these points on the very bottom, and I could finally get 2 rows in. So that's working out really well. I'm at the last row on the quilt, and it turned out pretty straight considering it was old, and it was actually pretty well pieced for what it was. So my last row is there's a little bit of the next row I have to do also, and I could have stretched this down, but I think it would have been too distorted, so I'm gonna go ahead and stitch this little tiny row on the bottom. So I just filled inside my boundary. I created a new boundary where the end of my quilt is, and then filled inside. And so really I have 1 and not even a quarter, whatever that, a sliver of a row to do. Getting ready to take this quilt off the frame, and I'm gonna go ahead and use my electric scissors and take it off. you're probably gonna hear some thunder, and South Dakota thunder is very loud. So I just cut the bottom, and I'm gonna go ahead and trim the sides. So I don't wanna roll it out too much, because it's hard to manage. So I was at Joann's yesterday, and they were using electric scissors to cut their fabric. I thought that was kind of cool. All right, just need to unroll it some more. The thunder is really loud. This is what South Dakota rain looks like. It's coming down pretty hard today. I did see some deer out here a few minutes ago, so hopefully they took cover. That's what South Dakota thunder sounds like. So I cut my quilt off like this, so I don't have all this fabric to mess with when I get ready to trim it and square it up. And I don't have like a huge cutting table, but it's pretty big right now. It's kind of a mess. I have a bunch of stuff on it. Starting to rain. And if you're wondering, no, I don't ever cut my quilt. And there we go. So this is what she looks like. I think she turned out beautiful. She was actually really easy to quilt. It wasn't that out of square or have any problems. I had one little seam that was kind of coming apart, and I just stitched over it and did a little zigzag. This is what the back looks like. And I think that little quilting design turned out really pretty. This is just a muslin back, and I think it's appropriate for this quilt. And the tension looks great, no problems. And this was a pattern I digitized for my embroidery, and just kind of enlarged it for this one. So I think it turned out really good. Thanks.